The Blow It Up merch is out. It's on the website, runitbackphillyshop.com. We made a Sixers Blow It Up logo because I think myself and most of this fan base is tired of it. It's over. It's done. We've seen enough. There's no way to sell us again. There's no way to bring us back, bro. What do you have that's going to make us believe that this is going to be any different this upcoming season? So, blow it up. I'm rocking this all summer long. I'm not wearing anything. It's the only thing I'm wearing all summer. Blow it up. If you feel that way, rock it all summer with me. We're spreading the message. Support independent content creation and spread the message that needs to be spread. Blow it up. RunItBackPhillyShop.com.
Run it back, Philly. No frauds, no fanboys, no intros.
All right, let's have a little bit of a discussion here. And you know, I hate to say this. I really, really hate to say this. But watching Jimmy Butler last night and seeing just what he's doing with a bunch of undrafted players, I mean, Max Strus and Gabe Vincent and everybody else, is incredible. He took out the Boston Celtics in Game 1 of the Eastern Conference Finals. But what I wanted to really talk about is Joel Embiid and what Jimmy Butler was bringing to the Sixers that they haven't had since and they're not going to have. Jimmy Butler is exactly what Joel Embiid needed, but not for the reason you think. Not for the on-court stuff. Not for his on-court play. And his on-court play was great. His on-court play was great. He had this team closest to the Eastern Conference Finals that they've been since 2001. His on-court play was great. But Jimmy Butler was a leader. And Jimmy Butler demanded the best out of all of the players around him. And Jimmy Butler demanded the best out of Joel Embiid. And here's what I want to say. Somebody posted a clip just a couple of minutes ago on Twitter. And I can't post a clip because of copyright on YouTube, but I'll just explain it to you. It's a clip of Jimmy Butler and Joel Embiid against the Toronto Raptors in 2019 in the playoffs. And Jimmy passes the ball back to Joel at the three-point line, and he yells, "Shoot it!" And Joel shoots it and splashes it, and Jimmy looks right in his face and points at him and says, "That's you, that's you, that's you, that's you." Right? And then Joel's sitting on the bench, and Jimmy's in his face. And he's yelling at him, "Take us home, take us home, take us home." You know what I mean? So here's what I want to say, man. Jimmy Butler got the best out of Joel Embiid with that mentality. And Joel Embiid needs a leader on the floor because, sadly, Joel Embiid is not a leader on the floor. Joel Embiid is an amazing basketball talent. Joel Embiid is one of the greatest basketball talents I have ever witnessed with my own two eyes. But Joel Embiid is a big softy. And this is not a slight to Joel. I'm not even trying to trash Joel. It's just who he is. He's just a big, nice guy. He's a big, soft, nice guy. Think about it. He was afraid to tell Ben Simmons to shoot the damn ball for 5 years. He would never come out and say it. Towards the end, he started to hint towards it. But he would never come out and say it. Remember? And we always used to say, man, if Joel would just get a little bit meaner, if Joel would just get a little bit more demanding, you know, he could get what he wants on this team. But he's just a big, nice guy. Just a big, nice, humble guy. He just doesn't have that killer instinct inside of him. He doesn't have that fire dog mentality inside of him. He has the physical ability to dominate, but he doesn't have the dog mentality, and you saw it in Game 7 against the Boston Celtics. He ran from the smoke. And again, I'm not trying to trash Joel Embiid. What I'm saying is Joel Embiid is not a leader. He needs a leader. Joel Embiid, this is where I'm at now. He can't be a number one option. He can't be the number one. He can't be the leader of a team. He needs a leader. He can be a great, great, great number two, and that's what's so sad about Jimmy Butler leaving. But Joel needs the leader to push him. You saw P.J. Tucker in his face in the playoffs, yelling in his ear. Why are you in year 8 of your career with this much talent, with this much ability, and you need P.J. Tucker to be in your ear telling you to stop passing the ball? Telling you to seize the moment, telling you to kill. You know what I mean? Jimmy Butler was what Joel Embiid needed. He was that leader. He was that player that would get the most out of him. And he left because he said, listen, there's a bunch of softies around here. And if you're not going to give me what I want, I'm going to Miami. And he went to Miami. And shout out to Jimmy for doing that. And shout out to Jimmy Butler for believing in himself. You know what I mean? Every franchise this guy went to, Chicago, Minnesota, Philadelphia, everybody was a bunch of softies around him. And he never let it change who he was. He never let it change who he was because he really believed, I'm a winner and I can get a team there doing it my way. And if you guys aren't going to let me do it my way, I'm out of here. I'm going to go find a franchise that's going to believe in me as much as I believe in me, and I'm going to get it done because I believe I can do it my way. And he went to Miami. They gave him everything he wanted. They gave him the max contract. They gave him everything he wanted. He already got them to the NBA Finals. He's probably going to get them back to the NBA Finals. He believed that the way that he is how to win, and he was astonished that these franchises were running around, afraid to say things, afraid to walking on eggshells around Ben Simmons, walking on eggshells around Karl Anthony Towns. And he said, this ain't how it's done. This is not how it's done. You guys aren't going to win shit with this mentality. And all of those franchises were too stupid, too stubborn, too high on themselves to take a step back and say, this is a winning mentality. This is a killer instinct that we need. We need to give this guy whatever he wants. The Bulls wouldn't do it for him. The Timberwolves wouldn't do it for him. The Sixers wouldn't do it for him. And he went to Miami and they did it for him. So shout out to Jimmy Butler for believing in himself and knowing wholeheartedly that the mentality that he has is how you get there. And all these little soft crybabies running around are never going to win shit in the NBA. So shout out to him for that. But one of two things needs to happen this offseason with the 76ers because they're not going to blow it up. We need to spread the message, don't get me wrong, but they're not going to blow it up. They're going to try to feed you the same thing. One of two things needs to happen. Joel Embiid needs to grow some balls and become the killer instinct, dog mentality leader of this team. Or somebody else needs to step up and do it. I don't think it's James Harden because I don't think he really cares that much about basketball. He wants more money. Look at him. He opted out. He's looking for a 4-year contract. Bro, you can't even jump anymore, and you're out here saying, I want a 4-year contract. We tried to tell you all the guy cares about is the money. He likes the lifestyle. He doesn't put in the work to stay in shape to be great into your mid-30s. Dude is cooked. It's not Harden. Maxi's too young. It either has to be Embiid stepping up and providing that dog mentality, that leader, or we're shredded. That's what I got to say. Jimmy Butler was that leader that Joel Embiid needed. And this franchise is sad, sad, sad for letting him walk. Blow it up.